So in this video, we're going to get into the latest news of the day. And one of the news, we see that Arsenal is being linked with a 16-year-old that plays for reports are saying that he's a number 10 and he's very strong technically, is very gifted. This 16-year-old is basically attacking mid. So it says that he is a player who has played up 1 or 2 age groups regularly during his term at the academy. He can play up front as an attacking midfielder, and he's very fast, so he's equally effective in wide areas or through the middle. It is his impact in the final third that is key. Fletcher is very strong technically, and if he continues to develop other areas of his games within the full-time environment, he could have a very bright future ahead of him, an exciting prospect who is involved in the Scotland setup. Now, Scotland, this is what I'm saying, that listen, Arsenal once again is hard to get the young bloods, and for me, I like these things because this is one thing I've been criticizing Arsene Wenger. I love Arsene Wenger, but I was critical of him because I think that he was trying to be this manager, whereas he's trying to, when you're trying to kick against the trend, he's trying to develop these young English star, and it's not working. It wasn't working. And for me, he should have been going around the world recruiting the best young talent from around the world. This is what I see Arteta is doing now. We've got William Saliba, even though it wasn't Arteta. We've got Odegaard. We've got Timber. We've got so much different players, the best youngsters. We're trying to group the best youngsters from around the world that's willing to play for Arsenal, that wants to play for the badge. I know that we could get linked with players like Kamavinga. We tried to get Kamavinga. He didn't want to come. Oh, well. Same thing with Vlahovic. He didn't want to come. Oh, well. Anyone that doesn't want to come, let them go. But if we're going to try to attract the best youngsters in the world, and if they love the Arsenal, they will come and we'll have them and train them up and have them start for our first team. So that's what I see Arsene Wenger messed up with. He started like that, getting the best young players around the world, but after a while, when we moved to the Emirates and he's starting that new revolution, that new regime, he messed up, man. He messed up because we did have some good players like Jack Wilshere, Ramsey, the British guy, I should say, not the English. We have Ramsey, and we had a few good players, but it wasn't good enough. It was not. Chamberlain wasn't good enough. He went to Liverpool, basically flopped. For me, in my mind, he flopped. Theo Walcott, not good enough. So we've got lots of players that weren't good enough, but we had 2, Jack Wilshere and Ramsey. That's the only 2 I believe that was good enough at that time to be part of that British squad. But Wenger was so stubborn, and that was his downfall. For me, they cost him his job. Now, another report is saying that Arteta has spoken privately with Zubimendi and is ready to come to Arsenal. I don't know how true it is, but this is what the article says, and I'm just bringing you the latest news of the day according to the newspaper articles. It says that Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta has held direct talks with Real Sociedad star Martin Zubimendi over a move in the summer. The Gunners, like many other clubs, have been really quiet this month's transfer window, and that will definitely not be the case in 6 months. And Zubimendi is reportedly a big target for Arsenal. So I don't know how true that is. I don't know, but I believe there's some substance in this because we see that we've been linked with Zubimendi for a while now. We've been linked with Zubimendi, and lots of reports keep coming out about Zubimendi. That we've talked to the agent, that the player wants to come to Arsenal. There's a few articles that came out about Zubimendi, and as I said, that you've never seen lots of smoke without a fire. You might see a little smoke that it doesn't have to be a fire. It could be, the fog in the atmosphere. It could be something else, But when you see lots of smoke coming from a particular direction, coming from a direction where there's supposed to be fire, look out for that. So that's what I'm saying, that this could be potential facts. It could be potential facts, but we don't know. But I'm just here to cover the newspaper articles of the day. Now, in other news, Arsenal are allegedly among the teams to have shown interest in signing Leicester City midfielder Kieran Dewsbury-Hall. The 25-year-old rose to prominence with the Foxes during their doomed 2022-2023 Premier League campaign season, but his efforts were ultimately futile in the fight against the drop. So among the top flight clubs, Brighton are said to be head of the queue and have already begun talks with Leicester over a transfer before the window closed February the 1st. Leicester have no need to accept a cut price fee for the 25-year-old given his contract situation, but the report claims that a fee of 30 million will be considered by the championship leaders in the coming days. Now, when you take a look at Druzo's season so far, now you understand why all the big teams have been linked with him. He's basically the biggest player in the championship right now, I would say, because obviously it's because he's playing for the best team in the championship and he's the best player for that team that plays in the championship. So I would say he's the best player in the championship, and this is why everyone's been linked with him so far. So when you take a look at his stats so far, he's got the best stat for Leicester City. He's got basically he's a midfielder and he's got 7.7 rating for the season so far. Now when you take a look at goals, so he's on joint top with Mavavidi on 9 goals. And when you take a look at his assists, once again, he's on top of the assists with 9 assists as well. So far, he's the best player in that team. And that's why I would say he's the best player in the league, because he's got the most goals and most assists, and he's got the most ratings for that team. When you take a look on where he plays on the pitch, he can play all 3 positions. He can play defensive mid, he can play centre mid, he can play attacking mid, strengths, high pressing, playmaking. These are the type of player Arteta loves. These are the type, and he's only 25. Well, not only, he's 25 years old, so he's on the borderline of what the age group Arteta likes. So he's not bad of a player. He's not that bad. As what I'm saying, he's one of the best in the championship so far, if not the best, because he plays for the best team. So to get Jules, I wouldn't be angry. I wouldn't be mad at this, because the championship is very difficult right now. It's the same with the Premier League. The Premier League is on another level compared to other leagues in Europe, and so is the championship. The championship could be compared with other big leagues. That's how big the championship is right now. And to be performing this well in the championship, being 25, can play all these 3 positions. You're very good at high pressing. Arteta loves that. You're very good playmaker. Arteta loves that. So for me, to get Juzo, to be linked with Juzo, I'm not mad at that. And you can see Brian also is linked at Juzo, and you know that Brian always get the good players. Brian always snap up these good players before other teams realize their true potential. So once again, we see Brighton being linked, and if we should get Juzo, I still would want Onana and a Zubimendi. But then again, I would have to see how good Juzo plays for Arsenal, because if he can play that role that we need a Kevin De Bruyne to play, then fine. That's fine by me. I would happy to keep Juzo in this team and potentially have him instead of Zubimendi. But I would need to get him on loan, do something first before. But I'm gonna. If I see us keep getting linked with Juzo, I'm going to potentially be making a video to highlight go deeper in his stats. Obviously we just saw some of his stats this season, but I would go deeper in his stats as well as do the eye test. I would watch some clips to see how good he is under eye. I've seen him before, obviously, but I've seen him in matches before, and when I'm watching a match, I watch every player on the pitch. But to be zooming in on a specific player, I haven't done that with him. So I would like to do that if I see Arsenal getting linked to him frequently with other newspaper articles and other newspaper outlets. So that's the video, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and help me on my journey to 1,000 subs. Leave in a comment. Are you happy with us being linked with Juzo? Is that a kind of play that you need Arsenal to be going after? Right now is going rampant in the championship, and that's as what I said, that's not a thing to take lightly, because the championship is very difficult as of now. So let me know your thoughts in the comment. Let me know your thoughts with all of these players that we've just discussed, and leave a comment. Make sure you leave a like, make sure you share, and help me on my journey. Catch you in the next video, guys. Goodbye.